Well, ladies and gents, DCU, interesting turn of events. We've got a recurring rumour here that Matt Reeves is going to be building out his The Batman Cinematic Universe. Now, that will be music to some people's ears and disappointing to others. But for those that don't like the sound of this, important to note, separate to the other thing, I guess, if it's true. Interesting. I guess from an outsider perspective, if you're looking at it objectively, all this shows to me is that regardless of whether things are good or bad, it just shows DCU's like all over the place, basically, which is disappointing, to say the least. So hit subscribe if you're new here. We'll take a look at this, ladies and gents. Hope you're having a great day. But yeah, so Matt Reeves is rumoured, and this is a recurring rumour. So we're not looking at it as if it's true. We're just looking at it and seeing from a conversational perspective. But it recurs for a reason. And when a rumour keeps coming back around, there's generally some level of legitimacy to it. You know, it's consistently popping back up from different people, you know, all over the show. But yeah, so he's rumoured to be building out a Batman cinematic universe separate from DC. So the DC universe is growing, and of course not just on Earth Prime, governed by James Gunn and Peter Safran. Matt Reeves' pocket kingdom of Batman characters is also going to expand over the next couple of years with sequels and Max exclusive series. This is all confirmed and true. In fact, they had to shut down the Penguin because of the writer's strike, but they were in the midst of shooting that, and now obviously the actor's strike as well. So the big one everyone is anticipating is the Penguin spin-off featuring Colin Farrell, which whenever I see this, I'm still consistently blown away by this makeup. It's absolutely fantastic. It truly is. Absolutely brilliant. Amazing prosthetics. Really, really, really cool. So anyway, its debut, the Penguin, is going to be postponed by the ongoing writers and actors strike, but production hasn't been cancelled, and we should see it drop on streaming sooner rather than later. This is true because in fact they were pretty deep into the production of it, so it's not massively delayed. So the Batman Part 2 will follow to grow Reeves' Batverse, but that's going to be delayed as well. And progress caused speculation he's creating his own cinematic universe apart from Gunn and Safran's DCU. Now these are rumours, there are rumours of more series, more villain introductions being discussed, though nothing is confirmed, except for that other Max series about Arkham. Nevertheless, a source is saying that the building of the Batverse into a separate coexisting thing is true. And so this is Sil Abdul, hears that this is what's happening over at Warner Brothers, and a lot could happen. So, what's said? Well, he notes that Reeves signed an overall deal with Warner's in 2022. This is true. And after the merger closed, transitional executives Pam Abdi and Michael DeLuca said they fully supported what Reeves was doing with Batman. Gunn and Safran would later be appointed to spearhead the relaunch of DC Studios with a shared continuity, which seemingly won't conflict with Reeves' plans. This is true as well. So The Brave and the Bold is coming with the Flash director Andy Muschietti at the helm. I'm so surprised he's still getting that movie. That should be cancelled because you bombed The Flash, but never mind. But that will be totally different from Reeves' universe, and Abdul says that the former will likely be more in line with Gunn's style of humour and possibly the Flash's mood and palette. So he adds that Muschietti and Gunn aren't going in depth with the Bat family, as Reeves might instead, which is dumb because the Brave and Bold is the Bat family. So that is dumb that they're not going to go in depth there, but never mind. So this could open the door for a Robin in the Batverse, which Abdul hopes is Jason Todd. So should it happen, a rumour a long time ago suggested Death in the Family might be used as a template for a sequel. Perfect story for a grounded, gritty and realistic Gotham that exudes loss and tragedy. So as for the villains that may very well get their time to shine in the dystopian city, Abdul says the crop includes Scarecrow, Clayface. Clayface has popped up a lot, actually. Professor Pig, whom envisions as the recipient of a novel update. So Two-Face is said to be waiting in the wings too. As we previously reported, you can add Catwoman to the list as well, at least. Maybe. So there's a lot going on here. All the villain Robin stuff is still hearsay until proven, and if it even is, so Matt Reeves has to find someone else or a handful of individuals to direct and develop these projects. He's not doing everything himself, which is true. But I mean, you know, arguing about this, or at least discussing this from this kind of outsider's perspective looking in, do I like the sound of the Batman Batverse, I guess, whatever it is? Yeah, personally, I think this would serve to kick up the arse DCU in general, actually. And as well, you know, if you think about DC and their movies, and so that, you know, how they came out with Zack Snyder and things like that, and how they then shifted tonally, and that was very jarring. It was very, what on earth is going on here? I think having two separate universes, or at least one focusing on Batman and then the DCU, so two semi-separate universes anyway, I think that opens the doors to two different tones which can just coexist quite nicely. You can just dip in and out. Oh, I want more serious, I'll go to the Batverse. Oh, I want this, I'll go to James Gunn's shit-eating grin universe, whatever. So I don't think that's actually a bad thing necessarily, quite frankly. I think from a marketing perspective that could be quite interesting. It also mitigates the risk of people going, well, you need to do this and you need to do that. No, it's over there. Same as the DC Elseworlds stuff. You know, DC Elseworlds can have the horror vibes, it can have the realism, it can have the more fantastical, all these kind of stuff, right? And I think that's interesting. I think that's quite good. I think there's more than enough room here for this. My dog's floating around. Cheers, bye-bye. So I think there's a lot of room here to grow. And I'm a fan of the Matt Reeves, the Batman movie. I liked it. I think from a cinematography perspective as well, it was the best film that you visually could see in years. Best superhero movie anyway, comic book movie, whatever you want to call it. There isn't one which holds a candle to it from a technical perspective. It's immaculate. You know, there are other films which, you know, are exceptionally good as well, like Dune. That was an incredibly well shot film. But from a comic book movie perspective, Matt Reeves, the Batman, nothing touches it. Literally nothing touches it at all. So, separate Batman universe, I'm game for it. But it is all rumour at this point in time and just conjecture. But there's a lot stoking that fire. Two separate series, more villains come in, rumours, discussions, the overall deal. It makes sense. But what do you guys think? Let me know down below. If you're new here, do hit subscribe. Cheers, ladies and gents. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye-bye now.